Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. How are we all, peeps? Hope you're all well. Oh, that's smooth epidemic. Oh yeah. Big show tonight. Fair bit on. Let's get through it. Smoke all time. Yes, well, big day today. Got a bit of photos done on the Sigma video, so that's progressing a little bit slowly. I'm a little bit tired. I fell asleep at my desk and head first into my laptop, so I've decided to go to bed. A little bit of catch up and feel much better for it tonight. So that was good. First night shift sort of smashed me. It was pretty busy last night. So yeah, back to normal. So I get a bit more on that tomorrow. I'm going to do some B-roll footage for that in the morning. I've got some ideas I want to get through, and yeah, hopefully that should all come out well and I can start smashing it together for you. Rightio, heaps of news tonight, tons. So I'm going to try and get through this as I can, so it's not a 45-minute news show or another day, another vlog. Right, Black Widow trailer, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, very smoking hot young lady she is. Her finally getting her first sort of lead, I guess, female character in the Marvel Universe. She's coming out. That's due May 20. There's a trailer dropped yesterday for that. Looks really good. Goes back to her Russian past and the family and stuff like that. So it looks pretty good. I was pretty impressed with it. It's hard to sort of pick up too much about what was going on in it, but it did look fairly good. So can't wait to see that one. That should be really cool. She's a great actor. She's done a heap of good stuff. Loved her in Lucy, and obviously the stuff she's done with Avengers, she's done really well, and some other stuff. There's so many good movies she's been in, so can't wait. Should be, yeah, really looking forward to that one. Linus from Tech Tips tried out a set of headphones yesterday. Now these from the Abyss headphone company, ABYSS. I'll try and chuck a photo in the thumbnail for you to check it out. Wow. He actually was just about in tears, and the bloke said that was showing them to him, said that he'd actually had a few people cry while using them. Now that was like, what's going on? But these things, the upper echelon of audio, absolutely ridiculously insane. The sound that comes out of them, obviously then depends on what you're listening to and how that was created to get the best feeling, but this will give you the best possible reproduction of that sound. To the point, well, $35,000 US to get a set. And if you've ever watched Doctor Who, the Daleks, or not the Daleks, I can't remember, the ones that had the square ears and heads, they basically look like those square-eared half-robot human ones from Doctor Who days in my youth. Very funky, the looks, but performance-wise, yeah. Like literally, if you watch the video, if you go to Linus Tech Tips and check it out, his eyes started going all red. He didn't cry as such, but he wasn't far off. It was obviously a pretty amazing experience for him to get that. And like sometimes you get those really good sounds and music. It's either emotional or stuff like that, but obviously the quality is just insane. But 35,000, that's probably about 40 to 50,000 Australian, or probably around the 50, probably closer, and that's just crazy. So I'll never get to test them. 99% of us probably won't, but yeah, just something different, and have a look and just check out what they look like. They look pretty funny. Obviously for a reason, because they want the ear pads to sit off a certain distance from your head. But very cool nonetheless, very, very wild. The Samsung S11. A little bit of goss on that one. It is pretty much confirmed too. It's going to have 8K video. It's got the Snapdragon 865 in it. It's going to be, when it drops out next year, it will have 8K video. That is insane. Currently, 8K videos like your Red cameras, your probably $10,000 to $20,000 camera. We see the Pocket 4K and Pocket 6K from Blackmagic, so it's getting more and more. It's getting pretty crazy actually, and that's around. You can get a Pocket, I think, 6K for about $2,000 American. They're pretty amazing. Obviously, they're a little bit not one of the major brands. They're a cinema brand, but it's apparently a pretty good bit of tech and a really good camera. So for a phone to have 8K is just insane. There's been so much talk about the iPhone Pro and their cameras taking up for professional cameras and how close they are and how hard it is. If you know what you're doing, you can make an amazing photo, which is really cool, having something so portable that can do that. But to have 8K video is just mind-blowing, and with the 4 phones coming out from iPhone next year and the split like we talked about last night, 2 in the start of the year, and the Pro models are coming into September, I'm assuming Apple needs to up their game because they're going to have something to match that, because 8K is going to sell a lot of phones. Especially as YouTubers and that, if I can stick a phone like I'm running on now to do my videos and I can run that at 8K and upload, holy crap. So yeah, huge news about that, and then yeah, pretty much they reckon it's pretty much confirmed. So that's a monstrous one in the mobile phone department. So yeah, stay tuned on that one. What else have we got here? 2 seconds. Pablo Escobar's brother. Here's a funny one. Folding phones. There's a cheap version that's about $350 going online now. Pablo Escobar's brother is selling these. The ads for him are pretty wild. It's got chicks in bikinis and guns and gold and, you know, all the things that come with being a drug kingpin's brother, I guess. So yeah, they're selling them. I think they're about $350. You can buy them. It's actually a legit phone, and the specs on the phone are pretty cool. I'll try and get a photo of it and chuck it in the thumbnail again for that. So you definitely go for a search and have a look at that. That's something different. And if you're into the folding phone market, well, this is a good way to get in it. I have seen the phone before. I can't remember the brand that it is. Obviously, it's his own brand. He's just renamed it, but it's that one where it's like a accordion in your bend. So where you do your bend, it's like an accordion section, like the old flexi buses we got in Australia. You know, the big flexi, that accordion style. So it's not a Samsung Fold or a Motorola, but it's for $350 you get a foldable phone and a little mini tablet. So there's not much more you can want for that. Very, very cool. And Pablo Escobar's brother, how good is that? Next, right, PewDiePie. We've all talked about copper. I've talked about copper. There's so much on there, and we've all been obviously concerned about it. I did mention the other day that it'd be good if someone like PewDiePie come out and discussed it, being the power that he has on this platform, and last night he did. He's obviously very, very concerned about it as well. He thinks it's, as like we all do, that it's wrong and it's how they're going to do this, and it's not really clear what the US government's trying to do here and how much of a bunch of pricks are they going to be. He's obviously his Minecraft series, he's concerned about that. His setup, who he is, PewDiePie, his voices and all that, and all his different stuff that can be construed as different thing. Everyone's perception about everything on this planet is totally different to the next person's perception. Apple, tomato, aluminium, everything is all depends on each personal preference and perception of things. So it's going to be huge. It's good to see him come out. He's got the big star power. He's our biggest guy on the platform, so it's great to see him fighting for it as well. He's obviously against it. He's signing off on the petitions that are out there, so that's all happening. So if you haven't done that and you're a creator, make sure you get on those petitions and sign it, and try if we can smash this. Just at least get some clarification and some definitions. Unless you have confirmed 100% definitions on exactly what is good and what is bad, then you can't. It's how the hell does anyone operate? It just doesn't make zero common sense. I know there's no such thing anymore, common sense, but what do they call it now? Life skills or something. But yeah, it's just crazy, and it's good to see the big guys going into bat for us all. Canon, rightio, new product out there. Beautiful new lens. If you've got an R or an RP, they've just released a 70-200 RF, so no more adapter mounts for it. It's an amazing lens. It's running at 2.8 across the spectrum, so going to be an amazing lens. Image stabilization, optical. Now 4,900 Australian dollars or $2,700 US. It's pretty expensive bit of kit. Hell of a lot shorter though. The last one out, which was the EF, this is 146 mil. It's roughly about 50 mil shorter. It's got half a kilo less weight in it, so that's huge for you mirrorless guys when you're shooting. It's got a lens cap. Lens cap in it has a little hole in there, so for your circle polarizers and ND variable filters, you can just, while you're shooting, have your finger in there and adjust the polarizer, and then close the little doors, like a little door in there. I'll definitely have a photo for that in the thumbnail. You'll be able to check that out. Water and dust resistance, that's good. It's fluorine coated lens, so water and oils and everything will just clean straight off, so that's awesome. 0.7 of a meter for closest distance, and it's running a 77mm filter size. Amazing looking lens. Obviously it's just been released, there's not much out there. I'm sure in the next month you're going to see 1 million reviews on it, and there's going to be guys jumping out. Peter McKinnon's got one, Jared Poland's got one, so they're going to be they'll be punching out reviews for us, I'm sure, soon. So yeah, very nice bit of kit. Now we just need to get something hopefully we get that M50 to change that mount to the RF mount, and I can get one of them once I win the lottery. Maybe, you never know. Right, Trump. Big news, Trump. The findings from the court have come down, or the charges are basically what they're going to be charging him with. That's what it's all about. The three things. Okay, so they're going to be abuse of power and bribery, obstruction of Congress, and obstruction of justice. So they're the three things that this hearing is going to be looking at, the three charges they're going to be voting on, and obviously the outcomes. So what the outcomes is, they've done like a talk and chat, and everyone's had their evidence out there, so they've worked out from that evidence, right, well, these are the three things we want to charge him with, and then they've got to go through the process now. It's going to be a long process to see if they're actually going to do it and which ones they're going to actually put through and do, but yeah, not good for him. And the more evidence that comes through, there's another 58 phone calls that Giuliani had with dodgy people, and Trump working with Giuliani, he's his lawyer. It's not looking good. But yeah, pretty damning and not good as a president. So yeah, huge step forward, and they're pretty big things to be charged with, and I'd assume pretty much after that he won't be the president. And last, running out of breath there, PS5. We've talked about that, we've seen the new pictures, we confirmed the other day the shape of it. Some huge news tonight. Confirmation, 4K, 120 frames per second. 8K 30 frames per second, so huge in that part. 8K 30 frames, that's a pretty gorgeous picture. 8K is the new 6K, 4K, went 1080p to 4K, now 8K, that's the new thing. Those tellies took a few years to get from 4K, from 1080 to 4K. This process is speeding up. We're seeing tellies now all out that are 8K, and now we've got a PlayStation running at 8K. So it's all happening. That's pretty much confirmed by Sony. Now the other one that's part of it is the SSDs on them are changing. They're going to be running NVMe optimized by Samsung. They're going to have up to 950 megabytes a second, which means it's going to be super high speed gameplay, and the rumoured price of around about $500 for this unit, with possible adaptable updated hard drive storage up to 2, 3, 4, 5 gig TB. It's going to start with 1 TB and then go up. So huge news out there. A lot happening in the tech. We'll keep you informed. Come back and see us again tomorrow night. We'll have more of this and more updates. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, hit down below for us. That'll be much appreciated. Smash that like button, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. So wherever you're coming, going, or shooting up, we'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Ciao.